You know what I'm saying?
I just got back. What's up?
You really need to figure out your push to talk timing because you need to at least hold down the button for like an additional second. I usually charge people to do whatever they want, but hey, you do you. I don't judge.
Dark. Death to the non-believers. Fuck them.
To the non-belief. But yeah, anyway. This meeting is going to discuss the very important subject of our relations with Grand Federation, and how they have evolved to this point, and what we will all come to decide to do from henceforth. A majority of the group, I can already tell, is pretty much with me on the whole. We should probably just axe them and get it over with. But I know there is an opposing opinion that is similar to my opinion, but also has the very, very slim chance they might actually do something with Chris Ixtar. And with that, I give the floor to LeeLee first.
Alright, well, earlier there was a complete and utter fucking bullshit. Pardon the vacuum in the back. And earlier, Cryptic reached out to me, and I asked him to come into our Discord to discuss what happened, because he didn't get our side of it. And Melna and Hellbrick and Apple and a whole bunch of others were here. I have a screen grab up. And the thing is, I even gently reminded Cryptic, well, overly gently, not really gently. I told them a remembrance as to the rules that Riff and Cryptic had actually slapped upon Chris, you know, with what he needs to do if we ever came on base or if he was working upon stuff. He either didn't remember, which I highly doubt, or he just decided to say, oh, they're not going to remember this, but we do remember. Cryptic said, oh yeah, I remember that, and said that they're going to be dealing with him. I said, are you going to punish him? He said, I don't know, but something's going to happen. So I'm at least telling y'all I think we should wait. But we did tell them that, you know, that's Chris is their problem, not ours. We've been complying, and we can only comply so much.
See,
it's like
the real question here is, how many times have they told us that something's going to happen only for something not to happen?
No, we actually said that too. You were here, Dark.
Yeah.
We said, you know, we can only fucking hold back for so long. This shit's getting ridiculous. You know, is Melna here?
No.
Apple, you were here, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, my dad's about to start doing the floor stuff some more. If you can take over a little bit.
Basically, they're just like, oh, well, we'll take care of them, but they're probably not gonna. So that's all I have to say about that, Dark. They've been saying that they're gonna be taking care of them, but I haven't fucking seen anything. So death to the fucking traitors and scums. I don't give a shit.
As usual, very eye-opening, enlightening experience from Applezak as he stares off into the void.
I'm currently staring into the void right now.
And nobody cares.
I fucking see things.
Yellow Highland, you take the floor about this matter, about these things that we are discussing.
Oh, I wasn't even there for that.
And as usual, Yellow is useless. And Syrinx.
Hi.
Please enlighten us as to your current experiences with Chris Ixtar.
Gay. He a gay. Bug.
I second that motion.
I third that.
And essentially, what I have to say on the subject is Black Crusade now.
Please.
I also second that. Grug hate this.
And also, remember the Iron Cage.
If we're gonna technically Black Crusade them and stuff, does that mean that I don't need to be their Diplo anymore?
Well,
No, I
Does that mean
don't.
I'm not going to say we're going to go into the realm of Black Crusading them. I am on the bandwagon of cutting off communication with them entirely and just going by the rule of you treat us like shit, we're going to treat you like shit.
Before we move to
'Cause-
that, though, has anyone attempted to talk to them again recently and kind of verify where things are standing with Chris?
yeah.
Or
Well,
Attempted.
no, to be fair, we have not talked to them since the incident this afternoon.
what incident this afternoon? Did I miss something good?
Yeah.
What did Chris do this time? Someone type it to me, please.
Well, I kind of want to hear about it. So I mean,
And I want to hear about it. So you mean?
oh, now listen here, you little shit. I swear to fuck, I will suck your dick to completion.
And it sounds like you're a fucking faggot.
Only a faggot would enjoy a dick sucking from another man.
So what did Chris do?
What happened? Basically, what happened earlier is we all went to Grand Fed, a random fucking whatever, shooting shit, mainly killing each other, not killing. And then Chris decided to fucking start working on his fucking like helicopter inside the base right above us, and we were using the grapple hooks and fucking hitting that and setting off his flares, whatever. And so then he said, I put into log keeping earlier. Well, what I found to be the only important parts, which was him saying, going to have to formally ask you to return to your own sim, you know, the one you pay for. And so we were just like, yeah, no. Because no one cares what Chris has to say anyway. So it kind of escalated from there because he turned on the base auto turrets to fucking kill all of us. And then there was people down had set their home in the black shirt spawn. So they were downstairs and fucking just talking shit. And Chris then said abuse of allied spawns to be further annoying after being asked to leave will result in ejection from the spawn group. You know, he's just trying to fucking flex his fucking officer muscles, whatever.
Okay.
And at this point, we still didn't fucking care. And so Hellbrick said, God, no wonder fucking Hoopty chose Delhi over you or something like that. And at that point, Chris just fucking...
Hellbrick didn't say it to Chris Sixstar. He said...
No, he... Thierry said that in fucking local when they thought they were out of chat range, but they actually might not have been all that far out of chat range, and apparently Chris might have heard it. I don't know, but if you did, fucking fantastic.
I think Bambi's explaining the story in the way that we wish it happened, but it didn't actually happen that way.
It actually more or less happened like that.
No, so were we?
It actually did, yeah.
So were we dicking? So we were dicking off in their sim, like just goofing off and having a good time.
Basically, just goofing off in their sim.
From what I reviewed, from the footage that Versenk sent me, we were gathering for a tribal meeting.
Yeah, basically.
Whoa.
Okay, and so Chris once again stepped out of line, decided to flex his fucking cock again, and be a dick waffle because he doesn't like us, and mutually so we don't like him.
It doesn't help the fact that, from what it looks like, they're transforming their group towards this position where they basically just become a safe space military. And they just start.
That's been the case apparently.
Yeah, but now it's becoming like officially worse, and they're just banning people based entirely off of hurt feelings now.
Well, I mean, maybe don't go full Black Crusade on them, but at this point, I think, with anytime we're going to go right over there, skip tier 1, just go straight tier 2 on them. Like, fucking have some fun with it, because at this point, no more relations are basically at the fucking end with them. Like, they've refused to do anything about what Chris did in the first place. Chris has been a constant pain in the ass and damaged relationship between us regardless, multiple times. Just fucking tier 2 them every single time we raid them.
I was thinking more so that we just go back to how we used to be with Grand Fed and go in with tier 1, and then when they escalate, we just fucking escalate back, kick their ass, and then when they pull out their big gay, stupid collision AT blimps, we just pull out our better shit and then kick their ass.
That's fair. And what's our status right now of our armory that has Chris stuff in it right now? Like, how much stuff do we have that's Chris based?
A lot.
No, I wouldn't say a lot, like 25%.
Really?
Yep.
It's mainly all of our melees and our cold bolters.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, so about like
I'm going to be
maybe
redoing
30.
the chain swords.
So that stuff, like, so I mean, yeah, okay. So we start to use.
I
fucking
mean,
Chris for this,
relations have
but-
gotten to such a low that Chris pissed off Syrinx somehow, and Syrinx pretty much pulled all fucking coding aid that he was giving to Grand Fed.
Wow.
Well, I told them that I will not be accepting commissions from them, and I'm not going to provide any material aid or any other sort of aid.
What sort of financial gain were you getting out of that?
I only got one commission from them, and not really commission. They bought my helicopter scripts off of me.
Okay, I'll comp losses that you do for work for Chaos, and for what you'll be losing from GF. Just don't do any work for them.
It's embarrassing enough. It's embarrassing enough that Griffith and Cryptic had to pay Erad the compensation money of like $50 because
Fucking
Chris,
funny.
Because Chris is a
Wait,
poor
did they-
fag.
They apparently
did they
paid
actually
even
really
more
did?
than that.
Yeah, they think they did more. They did like 15K.
55.
Wow.
And even then, Chris wasn't going to. And even then, Chris wasn't even going to do it, even if he did have the fucking money. So that's even more of an embarrassment.
Yeah, Chris was going to do it. I honestly think maybe the last step that happens is at this point, put Yellow, LeeLee, Squanch, and LeeLee's, yeah, those three. Sorry, Dark. But stick those three back in front of them, kind of just do a status update to see what happened with Chris. You know, have them kind of explain what they did, and just go from there.
I've always been a part of this problem. I've always been dealing with them. It hasn't really ended. It's just Lee and Chris are the buffer before he gets to me because I don't want to deal with it until obviously I'm the last choice.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, Lee and Chris should probably just go get on voice with them. Fuck, get on voice with them. Just pull like 4-man group chat together with those two, discuss it, see what the hell they've done. If they've done nothing, at that point, end relations. Like at this point, we need to, you know, have this be a breakup.
Well, I'm going to interject. I'm going to tell you right now. This afternoon was the Cryptic saw it was the last straw with all.
Sure, he did.
It's like we were all just like, nah, we're done. It was literally like, and he said, okay, and I'm like, I'm gonna put some faith in him, as I always do, because I expect him to, the same way that he would with them. And the thing is, so it's like he's saying he's gonna talk to him, and he's gonna talk with Griff before that, you know, they talk to Chris, and I'm saying, okay. Well, the thing is, after this talk, if nothing's done, it's just like, what else can we do? I told him, I said, we're tired of bending over backwards. I said, we've been doing everything. We put it into these other rules. And the thing is, that person is still not following the rules that they were doing.
It's like I said, Jesus Christ. It's like I said, and it's like I told LeeLee, this is what happens when you like decide to overregulate your sim to the point where personal feelings and, you know, political bullshit takes priority over actual combat happening. Because
we're on a professional
everyone
level?
is constantly, we're on a professional level. Yeah, no, it's called you're constantly walking on eggshells, and it's just not fun for anybody. It's not even fun for them when they have to literally defend a fucking detriment to their own fucking group that has existed since the time KPC fucking failed multiple times, and every other group that Chris has ever been a part of. The kid is never going to change. I don't care what's wrong with him. Secondary had at least a change of attitude. Syrinx has had a change of attitude, for God's sake. But fucking Chris has never changed, and he never will. I'm convinced that after these, 10, 12 years, he's never going to change.
Well, last year, realistically speaking. But the thing is we also have to look at objectively as well. The issue with the Exos rifle was already dealt with and solved with compensation to ERAD. Regardless of who picked up the tab from Grand Federation, Grand Fed still comped ERAD for the Exos rifle, so that case is considered solved and should no longer be used against them unless it's really realistically against Chris, because Chris didn't do it. So that's really the only thing that could be pulled out of that is that Grand Fed comped them, but it wasn't Chris who was the one that did this, was the one that comped them. So it's really just a mark against Chris, not Grand Fed.
And that's what we need to continue to do.
In addition, it kind of highlights the sort of disconnect between Chris's actions and Grand Fed's actions. And just a question for, I guess, LeeLee, how many scripters, or how many scripters does Grand?
About 4.
4. Okay. How many sort of just general content creators does Grand Fed?
They only have one actual active scripter apparently, and that's Chris Extra from what Griffin Cryptic told me. Though they have, I think, 2 or 3 other scripters. However, they don't actively really provide for their armory.
From
I think Rose is their only active mesher.
From what I was told a while back, when this whole thing even started to happen, I asked Grift. I said, "Do you have any backup scripters that aren't in Grand Fed?" And Griff was like, "Yeah, I got like 5 or 6." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's good then." So even if they lose Chris Exstar as a scripter, like he still has like other scripters he can contact.
You know, it's
So
an
is he
age-
having?
you,
Is he having
you know, it's
sex
an
with fucking
age-old
Cryptic or something?
You
or
know,
what?
it's an age-old problem when this is literally like the reason why they won't kick out Chris.
Guys,
Yeah,
I'd like to
'cause-
clarify that
That's
just a
stupid.
little bit. While they do have other scripters, the reason that they don't actually do anything for the group is because Chris has threatened to leave over it.
Yeah.
Which is what he did at
The thing about
KPC. Is when
Chris-
other people touch it,
He did it in
he'd
Ordo
leave.
too.
Yeah.
The thing about Chris is that as much shit as everyone, like everyone from this group to many other groups I've seen Chris in, you know, he does develop a lot of shit for them, even if it's just rehashed bullshit, even if it's objectively garbage. But he does develop stuff for that group, and GrandFed is a new group, and they don't really have anyone for the immediate time being to replace him. Sure, they can kick him out tomorrow, but then they don't know if they're going to get those projects
They're not necessarily
started
a new
up
group.
again a week from now or a month from now. They don't know. That's an unknown factor. Chris, they know that he can develop stuff for them. So
Oh,
the
and,
fact, hold on a sec. The fact that Griffith and or Cryptic compensated Erad for his loss and Chris didn't shows that they're at the very least remorseful for what happened, whereas Chris is either too poor to pay the money back or he doesn't care. So
Well,
there
Chris-
is
Bit of both.
when we say that Grand Fed is doing this, make the distinction between what Chris is doing and what Grand Fed is doing, because
Gee, this is faggot shit.
I'm sure that Chris is doing things without Cryptic's knowledge and without Griffith's knowledge, and he's just being a fuckhead on his own.
Squatch has something that he needs to say, so speak, Squatch.
Yeah, I also do, but I'll wait afterwards.
Infinite was here with me when this happened, when I actually talked to him. Yeah, he was going off about Dark and shit, saying that Erad was going to get, he was going to make Dark pay Erad the money because of some weird commission about some sort of las gun. I don't know about that part, but he said something about a las gun and that he was going to make Dark pay Erad or him. Dark pay Chris, which Chris will use that money to pay Erad.
Yeah, I can attest.
You mean that las
Do we
gun
owe
that
him anything?
You mean that las gun that we replaced after he left?
The
I think
thing
he's
is,
talking about
no,
the
he's
last
talking
cannon.
he's talking about the last can that he bought from Sarah Song, and if I recall the story on that, he bought that last can without any prior permission from our group, from any command staff, and decided to script it and donate it to us before leaving.
So I'd like to provide a partial counterexample, or counter argument, I guess, to something that if Chris leaves that group or is kicked out or whatever, they do in fact have at least 3 people ready to replace him. Specifically, oh fuck, what is that one
He's
guy's
talking
name?
about Chris X.
Datbot?
Yeah, well, Datbot definitely. I'd say that he is a far more competent scripter than Chris could ever hope to be. Rio is also quite. He's okay with I guess smaller projects, and then there's also Robin.
Well, if Chris Exstar leaves and Robin leaves, we all know how that goes.
Yeah.
So if we're trying to figure out the distinction between GrandFed and Chris, why don't we just fucking, instead of throwing all of our balls on fucking GrandFed's face, why don't we just, I don't know, when we go raid GrandFed and Chris is there, just tear up against Chris and then fucking tear back down against.
No, because whenever fucking Cryptic was here earlier, they don't want anybody to shit on anybody over there. It's just keep it to straight freaking, raid.
Oh, my
feelings. The thing is, if you're gonna do anything against them, you need to record it and make sure that they're doing it first before you do anything. Because the biggest problem that we have is that no one's recording this shit. So when they do something and ask for proof and go, well, we don't got any, and then they don't got any, it's basically just a he said, she said fucking argument, and no one's winning.
Then raid leaders need to probably start downloading fucking recording software and using.
You also need to start recording Discord conversations too. That way you have something to fall back on when people start saying shit.
I've officially decided to make learning Shadowplay part of the cultist training regiment after Wyatt failed to record Halbert getting her ass plowed by her trainee girlfriend.
Good job, Wyatt.
Another thing too.
Yeah, good job, Wyatt.
Another thing too is we can't necessarily hold the entirety of Grand Federation responsible for Chris Exar's actions, because then we'd be just doing the same thing that literally everyone else does to us when Dark does something dumb.
This is true.
Exactly.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Which is
at
why
what
we
point
blame
does it stop
everything on
being-
Wyatt.
Yeah, but at what point does it stop being Chris
Shut up.
Exar's actions? The fact that Griff and fucking Cryptic are enabling. It's like giving an autistic fucking child like
you have to
Play-Doh
understand
and
the
not expecting them to put
situation
on a
we're in. You have to understand the situation we're in, because we just described it literally, I think, 3 times this meeting, is that they don't necessarily have anyone who's willingly going to actively replace Chris Extra if he gets kicked out, and they've made that abundantly clear to myself, Cryptic, and Griff. So until they have another new dedicated scripter, it's just going to continue to be a problem, because he's basically just holding that group hostage.
I mean, I told Griff flat out, like, it was like, dude, I'll fucking pay your development costs for anything you want. Like, just kick the motherfucker out.
Consider.
So apparently money means nothing.
I mean, if we were in the same situation and we had a scripter doing all this bullshit, and we were in Grand Fed's shoes.
Let me answer what Niv just said first before it escapes my mind. The problems with that logic is if you have $20,000 to buy a car and there's no car in the lot, how are you going to replace the car you have with a new car if there is none? That's the issue here. There is no active scripter.
Hey,
yeah,
Yellow,
unpleasant or unpleasant.
hold on, guys.
Good analogy, Dad.
No,
Appreciate
shut up. There is no active scripter to replace Chris Exar, because there literally is none who's willing or capable of doing so.
Robin, what was the other person's name? Like,
But
he just
they Cryptic and Griff already basically hinted that they are not willing to step up.
Grug, pull up sidewalk, make rock car.
Oh well,
So
Cryptic
until
and
you find a dedicated scripter to replace Chris, they're not going to be able to.
Well, if they want to pay me, I'll fucking do it.
Cryptic and Chris are both online, and we can have them come over into our Discord so we can at least talk to them.
That's a horrible idea, putting Chris.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't think
I
we
don't
want to
think it's
do
a
this on
horrible
live
idea.
stream though.
Yeah.
Why not? At least we'll have evidence of our
I don't-
conversation.
I don't think anything's going to actively happen or positively happen if we even did it to begin with. So
Well,
I
y'all
think it's just a
invited them
waste of
over
time.
earlier. I didn't invite them yet. I was
No,
asking.
it's
Oh,
just-
Griff's here, apparently.
I agree.
I didn't invite them yet. I was saying I was gonna ask.
Oh, shit.
We just
I was
cut
like,
him
I
off
did
then.
not do that yet.
Good
That
job,
was
guys.
me.
Do you want us here? Do you not want us here? Do we need to
Umber is
leave?
real. Umber is real.
just-
Umber is real. Umber is real.
That was not me. That was
Umber
not
is real.
me.
Okay, let's
Who
stop
snitched?
tackle it all.
I
Who
said I was
snitched?
gonna
Real
ask.
quick and come back.
Blame Apple. No, I'm kidding.
Blame Wyatt.
Fuck you. Who snitched?
Wyatt.
I mean,
Fucking
we can-
snitch.
we
All right,
can-
Emo Mutt, where are you?
We
Where
can leave
are
and
you?
come back. Like the fuck.
No, fuck you. You're
No,
here
it's
now.
fine.
No,
Everyone's
just
just
get
freaking out.
You're here. You're gonna stay here.
Better.
And you're gonna fucking enjoy what you're gonna get.
Join
Oh
chaos.
yeah, is that true? Is that right, Doctor
Oh, yeah.
Negorius over there?
Yeah.
Okay, Apple Burb, is that Cryptic or?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
No,
Okay.
that's actually Applezack.
You're gonna like it.
Fucking Applezack alting in Grand Fed. What's next?
I have the avatar to prove it, and the
Oh
armor.
god damn it.
He lies.
And before I pop into your sim, fucking looking like Applezack.
Wait,
let me get the auto killer out.
We do actually have something that you guys probably would be interested in knowing.
Make
Spit
a
it
deal
out.
with chaos.
Shut up!
Everyone, shut up. I want to listen to Griff. That way I can decide whether or not to crash. I mean,
No,
On a completely unrelated note, while you're talking, I'm just gonna masturbate at the same time.
okay.
Okay.
Have fun.
All right. That's what you do when you're a virgin. You masturbate.
Hey, let Griff talk, please.
Anyways, Cryptic, do you want to say it or?
fuck.
No, I mean, I can say it. It's not a problem.
Okay, so.
I'm so sorry. I pressed the wrong
Chris
button.
has been demoted.
What's up, Lee?
What? Wait, Griff, continue.
Backtrack. Scratch
Chris has
record.
been demoted.
Will
Okay,
you
so
guys shut up?
how our
Can
rank
you
system
guys
works?
shut up?
Hold
How
on.
our rank system works is that someone can be the same rank, but they can have different responsibilities. So take for example my rank. I'm technically a major in Grand
Well, you're
Fed.
not technically, but
Well, I am. Okay, so I am. I'm a major in Grand Fed. Chris was the same rank. Even though we were the same rank, I'm still 2 IC, which puts me above him. It's like a billet. It's a job type status thing. So Chris, while was a major, was still technically below me. But now he has been demoted down to captain. So he's still an officer, but he has been punished. He's demoted. He knows not to fucking do stupid shit anymore.
Does
So
he still have land
Did you
powers?
take away his land rights?
so
yeah, that's not going to happen. Our officers.
Nothing has
are-
changed.
So you said you can't take. So you said that you can't take away his land rights.
No, it's not that we can't.
Fair
We're
enough.
not going to.
Okay,
Why?
fair enough.
So
you give him a
anyways,
coercion punishment.
I would guess that
He's a-
content creators need land powers for certain testing purposes for testing gear.
Well,
Although,
between that
as
and
officers, I think it's more for just returning things, right?
yeah,
Well
I mean,
said,
between
Yellow.
that and
And
the fact that
also-
our officers are literal admins of the sim, so if Griff and I are not on sim, what Griff and I have expected and was widely passed along to everybody is that our officers are basically acting in our stead. So if no matter what the personal issue is with someone, if they are requesting you to do something that's not in a personal nature, but if they ask you to leave the sim and you guys aren't really doing anything there, we would expect you to listen because it's like it's coming from me or Griff.
That's fair enough. One question I do have for you, though.
Sure, what's up?
So obviously, there's going to be some like major cases of fucking. Obviously, Chris doesn't like us, and we have our issues with Chris. So is it a possibility to possibly ask him to maybe abstain from, maybe just when it comes to something like, for instance, if one of us fucks up, maybe not have him deal with it. If there's another admin online at that time, maybe have them deal with it instead of having Chris automatically fucking step up and deal with it, because he's
We've
going to
already
take
discussed
things
that.
too.
It was said it was supposed to happen and it didn't happen.
What? Oh, God. Cryptic, you're back.
Cryptic, you were saying?
Oh, Cryptic?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here the whole time.
So essentially what you guys are saying is that you gave him kind of a meaningless punishment.
I mean, it's still a demotion.
It's a demotion, and that hits.
He also, so keep in mind, we also have different brackets within each rank category, so it's kind of like there's different classes of officer, for example. Like, so for example, second lieutenant through captain still falls within. He's now a junior officer, basically. Whereas he was a field.
He's a junior.
He was a field grade officer before, but now he is a junior officer. So it's not just that he's gone from major to captain. He has also gone from field grade to junior.
What does this mean?
I'd
So-
really like to point out something here really quick, and that's the fact that Chris doesn't give a fuck about demotions.
He does.
Yeah,
though.
it's pretty much
He
a slap
doesn't.
on the wrist. Nothing's done. That's
I'm
it.
speaking from personal experience, and everybody here can back me up on it. He doesn't care about demotions. He's still gonna he's still gonna act in some way like he is above the rank that he currently is, no matter what rank he is.
Well, here's the thing, though.
He's not above
look,
anything.
Look, here's the fucking problem.
Wait,
is that Chris
I'm
doesn't
gonna
get a lip-
respond. No, I'm gonna respond. Because even when
nice
Chris
woman.
was over here, and whenever he got demoted, he even said, "I don't care if you demote me." His own words.
Same thing happened.
That
Same
was
thing
then.
happened in
That was
KPC.
then, not now. He doesn't fucking get away with that shit with me and Griff, and he very well knows it. And I've
He gets
had
away with
Griff-
other stuff.
He may get away with other stuff, but not anymore. So here's the point: is that Griffith and I have
Dude, just kick him out.
decided to fucking punish him the way we wanted to punish him. We're not gonna sit here and listen to what everybody else wants from now on. We will handle our group the way we're gonna handle our group, and Griffith backs me on that one.
You should just kick
That's fair enough.
Which I completely support your decision to do so, but I can't exactly guarantee how great that will be in the long run.
I can't guarantee it either, Dark, but to be quite honest, I'm just going to put it this way. We stop antagonizing each other and leave it alone. I know it's more of a personal issue than anything, but we can only go so fucking far before we start dragging groups into it and making it hell for everybody else.
It's already been hell for us.
Yeah, I can't
mean,
even visit people.
you can
or
have
try and hang
personal
out with your group.
you can have personal issues. You can have personal. I don't care if anyone has a personal issue with anybody, but when use of land powers gets involved over people's personal issues with one another, and it doesn't just get solved through shooting each other, that's when I have an issue. Because you're prioritizing emotion over combat, and then you have situations similar to what we've been doing this entire time, where we're all just spending like hours LARPing political discourse, where all of that time could have been spent into putting it into combat and generating activity in the SL military community. Because activity in the SL military community is not everybody sitting in a Discord talking about who's going to do what, and basically literally just emulating the entire fucking European Union Council or the United Nations Council, or whenever Nikki Haley decides to fucking complain about Bashar al-Assad, because that's literally the equivalency of it, when it could have all been spent into actually generating traffic and activity in the SLMC by just doing combat. Like
the other thing,
if you're really that upset about somebody saying a mean word to you on Second Life, the Lindens and our Lord and Savior Philip Linden gave you a mute button for a reason. So your reluctance to use that mute button because you don't like the person, but for some reason you also feel the need to like gratify yourself by not muting them and instead just banning them from the sim because for some reason not being able to see them is also part of your issue. It just does not, it didn't work before, it doesn't work now, and this is clear evidence of it.
And to be fair, I did say earlier you could just tell him to mute him.
Anyways, the point is that we wanted to let you know that, and and we're still going to, like, we've told him what he did. We're like, look, this is what you've done wrong. This is why you're getting demoted, etc. And I mean, nobody can guarantee what's going to go on in the future, so we're not going to guarantee anything. What we can say is what we've done. What you decide to do is up to you. However, if it turns into like something where it's just all over the fray and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, ha, 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 we got Chris demoted, then I mean,
What he's saying is that you can pretty much expect a complete diplomatic breakdown. So please don't go around fucking doing what you normally do and shotgunning it across the fucking fray. Because at this point, we're just done with it. Because then you're making it a group problem.
Shotgunning it over the, to be fair, shotgunning it over the fray wasn't really our intention because the entire diplomatic connection was already falling apart to begin with, and that's why we're here. If any, we already know what's going to happen if fucking it's basically relations are basically going to go back to the way that they started, where we just come in with tier 1, and then when Chris acts retarded, we're just going to escalate against them, and then when the big gay blimps come out, we're just going to escalate harder.
And just know that this is being recorded and it will be on YouTube.
To be fair, and to sort of abridge all this, personally, the punishment you guys gave to to Chris, it's not really my place to judge it. I think it's fair, but it's other people here can disagree about it. Some of us aren't satisfied with it, and I think a lot of us here think that Chris is going to end up doing the same shit again. If that happens, I have full confidence that you'll handle it. But I understand the disappointment. Like, some of us really don't like Chris, the experience of whatever he has done and all the things have done, including what I've observed out of him, goes back years and years and years and years. And it's a really complicated thing, and I don't want this whole drama to end up ruining relations in any way between our group.
All right.
We have
be pretty blunt here.
A lot of us have a lot of experience and evidence to say that Chris, we're all well aware that Chris in his mindset doesn't care about a demotion and is more than likely to carry this on into a personal war, which we all know he's going to do that.
Well, if he's going to carry it into a personal war, I can tell you this right now. We're not going to be a part of it, and he'll probably be kicked out if he drags it into personal. Like, so if we get definitive, actual evidence that he is still continuing this outside of the group and it makes it back into the group, we will deal with him. But at the same time, I've been in Chris's shoes, and I will say this bluntly as possible. Do not come around and visit, and I'm not saying that this is what you guys did today, but on the off chance that some of your members do it, because there are some people that just don't give a fuck. I'm pretty sure you guys just actually ejected one this Sunday. Don't come in here and not expect him to be the way that he is. This is the same conversation I had with Chris and Griff and Rio. I told them, look, chaos is chaos. You're gonna have to expect them to act a specific way at some point. It's just how they are. So instead of rather trying to change it, just prepare yourself for how they're going to be, which is why 9 times out of 10, when I get a complaint or have an issue to deal with you guys, I don't normally really freak out about it unless it's like something major, like harassment, because I'm expecting it. It's just a normal thing for me, which is why I kind of just filter out the bullshit 90% of the time, because I'm used to it. So it's like the actual military in that aspect. It's the same exact way I was when I was in the Marine Corps. I just filter out the bullshit because I expect actions from certain people, and that's just the way that they are. So I react in a completely different manner versus trying to give people the benefit of the doubt and then getting pissed off when they don't do what I would have expected to be better of them to do.
So,
It's
like,
just unrealistic.
just one thing I wanted to ask. Like, so I know scripters are hard to come by, and I don't know if that has any sort of pull as to why, Chris doesn't get smacked harder than he should be sometimes. But if it really comes down to it and you guys do have to kick him out, I'm 100% good for it. I will help assist you financially with your like development costs and shit like that. Sirings, I will pay Sirings. I'll pay whoever the fuck else you need to get shit done until you can find a more permanent scripter. If it comes to that, where you have to kick Chris out for being a shithead, because I've previously worked with Chris on a sim. I gave him administrative rights, and I had to take that shit away 3 times because I typically give people a shit ton of chances. But that was where I got fucking turned away from it, is because I trust, like, it's like you trust someone to not fucking pull full autist moves, but it happens. So if it does come down to that, and you guys do have to kick him out due to shit he keeps doing, I will assist you to make sure your shit gets paid for, so you can actually have new, fun little toys.
I'm pretty sure, Griff, you've mentioned that before, haven't you? That was the offer.
I literally told Griff that in IMs, and the motherfucker never responded to me.
He's probably busy with a whole bunch of other shit right now, so that's the thing, is we're dealing with like 10 fucking things at once right now.
Yeah, so accept the Jew offer if you have to, and I will help you out.
Too busy.
Oh, I mean, I've already told him if that's what happens.
He's too busy jerking off with some TP out in the desert.
Did you put a camera in my porta shitter?
Yeah.
Fucking busted, dude.
Griff and Cryptic, I really appreciate you guys coming out here. Sorry if it seems like we're busting your balls a little bit. It just comes from experience and the times some of us have had to deal with this shit. But
well,
we appreciate you guys.
I see your point, Wyatt, and it's not a problem. The thing is that Griff and I have actually noticed something about a couple of other groups, and this kind of plays into why we haven't done so much with Chris, because when you get like 6 or 7 groups all demanding that Chris be removed and a whole bunch of questionable actions have come into play, you start to wonder whether you're actually letting an outside source dictate the inner workings of your group versus actually doing the right thing. And so I can tell you this from now on. Please don't come and talk to us about wanting to remove Chris or telling us to remove Chris, because that's part of the reason why we're not listening, is because we're getting other people that are not within our group telling us how to manage our people. Like, I can only say so much. Like, take for example, when one of the recent actions, like when Dark does something, Dark does it, but he does it because he knows what he's going to cause, and he's just expecting. And I can only advise or ask Lee or Yellow or somebody else to, try and get Dark to see reason. But
I'm gonna go start a Twitter hashtag called #EjectKickstar2018. Send back to the Poseball Club.
Oh dear God. But anyways, the point is that when you've got
I don't think he's joking. I actually take everything out of Dark's mouth pretty damn seriously at this point.
And
You
that's why
fucked
you
up, buddy.
failed.
You fucked up.
So,
And that is why you are weak.
anyways,
we get into visiting how we should manage our group and our people a lot. Like,
yeah, I
Well,
know. And,
what's
and
really
that's what I'm getting at is
what's
that
really
that's
the
the problem.
ironic thing about like you saying that all these other groups are telling you to like eject Chris? These are more than likely all these other groups that also hate us. So
I wouldn't even call it. I wouldn't
if
even
everybody including
let's
if everybody
Well, I mean, let's put it
including
this
if
way.
everybody including the group that everybody hates is telling you to eject Chris, there might be an issue.
It's not even the fact that it's not even a hatred. It's just the fact that, you know, things happen so many times and you can't expect them not to happen again. Like
Yeah,
it's like, okay, so you guys kick out Chris. I'm going to open source your entire fucking.
May I ask a very, very important question? When our mere presence is what he classifies as antagonization and harassment, how are we supposed to avoid antagonizing and harassing him?
Yeah, we talked to him about the whole spamming gestures and just being there thing, and we called bullshit on that one.
We changed our avatars into brawny Javos with AK-47s, and we raid under the "Please don't ban my group" tag.
Well, I mean, whatever happened to last night where freaking Grand Fed jumped to coercion levels of like racism and junk like that?
Why'd you say racism?
Well, man,
We had a moment of fucking talking about what if fucking somebody made like Ed Ed and Eddie in like a fucking sandbox fashion, like if it was like an adult version of Ed Ed and Eddie, like we were being horrific with shit.
It's not on
Are
YouTube.
other-
Can't say the N word. Jesus
Can I
Christ.
ask a question? If other people want to come in here and listen into our conversation during our meeting, are they still allowed to?
Ooh.
Coibin, he's asking.
Coibin.
Fuck Coibin.
Coibin
Denzel.
Coibin, where are you, Coibin?
Alright, if Corbin's just gonna come in here and tell us why us calling him Coibin is bad, then no. But if he has like a serious thing to talk about, then I don't.
That or him trying to fucking get back into our Discord because he's been completely and
You know, he's
shit
probably
harassing
gonna
everybody.
he's probably gonna say that. So get
That's
ready
probably no. Don't even fucking let him in then. Like that's probably why he's even trying to get in here to begin with. It's
Yeah,
because he sees me and Griffin
okay,
here.
yeah, but here's the thing though: we're going to let him come in here because we're not, you know, we're not going to crybaby over somebody like being emotional.
Coibin.
I'm just gonna
We don't
hear him.
We don't kick people out of our Discord over that crap.
Hey, Coibin.
Yeah, we support freedom of speech here.
Jesus Christ! I gotta turn you down, Justin.
We're real Americans.
Back. What is your opinion on this?
See, we can say the N-word on YouTube because we're black.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've not a black
We
for a
have
long
a token
time.
black guy who can.
Christ.
And we're demonetized. And probably banned.
Demonetization
Don't
occurred.
forget to like,
Hey, we have
subscribe,
big
audible.com.
the N-word. We can use hard R's too.
Okay, if that's the case. If that's the
Tab and
case,
SL.
oh Grand Commander, go ahead and say it on stream, please. Go
Hey,
ahead.
this is not culture.
Nigger.
Hey, this is not racism at all. I mean, Cryptic is freaking
But we have a black
Vietnamese.
guy. But we have a
Yeah,
black guy.
you have a few black guys
So
actually.
eager
Yeah.
to press
Yeah,
the
we're being
report
culturally inclusive because we have a Vietnamese person in here. We've been oppressing his people since the 60s.
That's
I agree.
And
Also,
Niggers,
for those who are
gooks,
so
kikes,
quick
and
to
spooks.
press the report button as well as the Skynet Google bot that is watching us and will one day
I'm
force
deleting
us all
this
to
stream.
sex transplants. I would
As
like to
Cryptic
say
Tab and SL.
we are all black.
as half a black man, I give you all authorization to drop the hard R right now.
I don't like saying that though.
Okay, nigger.
Don't be a fucking pussy!
Okay, you fucking
God
nigger,
damn it, Griff.
calm
Stop
down,
T-posing
calm
in front of me
down.
with that fucking Obama face, you faggot.
Okay,
Okay,
guys.
so back to the meeting.
okay, seriously. Shit again.
Anyways,
That help?
I'm actually gonna probably just pop back into my Discord.
Yeah, get
it's
the
getting-
fuck out
Like,
of here.
do you
fag.
do you guys actually still need us here, or are we good?
I need
Shut
you.
up, Cryptic.
Yeah.
I need you in my life.
I'm not done making you feel bad about keeping Chris.
Wait. I do have one more question.
Dark. We all know, unless it's actually something important, everything
Wait,
you say
I have
goes in
a
one
really-
ear
Okay,
out the fucking
Cryptic.
other.
Okay,
really
Cryptic. You want to?
important
No,
thing to say.
shut up. You're my curator, and I command you to shut up.
Apple has a question.
I have been commanded to shut up. I can no longer speak.
Oh, well,
You
you're
just
pussy.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had to fucking
You want to? Okay.
explain to these dummies.
Okay. Super big.
still are.
Super big bomb. Super big bomb right now. Bombshell.
Yellow, what the fuck are you playing?
I'm worried about.
Ooh.
I'm worried about Griff going on deployment and then coming back to a whirling shitstorm, and Chris is right in the middle of it.
It's probably gonna
Well,
happen.
reality is that Griff may be going to Afghanistan, but he's still gonna have internet
And
access.
Cryptic's-
Albeit it might be
you
fucking like
magnificent
dial-up
son of a bitch.
bullshit. But
And
he'll still
And
be
Cryptic's
he'll still
been
be available.
Cryptic's been like locked inside of a freaking like porta-john or something.
Wow, I guess I'll just die then.
Which, if anything,
I'll just die.
Cryptic being Vietnamese should be used to that kind of environment.
I mean,
you
come
for-
on, I spend my days in a fucking cave. Get the fuck out of here.
We should be spending it on a
guys,
fucking
we
rice
all
field. Try again.
You're
We all need
Vietnamese.
to
Do you not get the whole
fucking
Viet
fuck.
Cong joke, you kike? Jesus Christ.
What do you think?
Shut the hell up.
William?
Everyone, shh. We all need to appreciate that Griff and Cryptic are gonna go out there dying for Israel. We all need to give them a round of applause.
No, why? What we really need to do is ask the question why he's still being
There it is.
Griff, I'm recording you. It's going across the fucking fray. Hope you know.
Up! Stop Frey shotgunning, goddamn.
So,
Cryptic, serious question. though.
Frakes
Like,
is squeaking.
just Serious
what's
fucking
up?
question. So, like, you guys paid Erad for the fucking fuck-up, right? So,
Yes,
did
he's
Chris?
been.
Yeah, I know you did, but I'm saying, like, did Chris refuse, or did you guys just decide to be super nice guys?
No, so I actually am not sure how exactly that went down. That exchange went down while I wasn't here, but I was
Griff,
going
I'm
to
turning
be-
the stream off. I hate this group.